On your mark. There we go. Thank you for your patience, everybody. We are here. Very excited to connect with you all today. Welcome Thursday. Welcome, Trudie. How are you today, Trudie?
I'm really good. So my cat was introducing herself then with that meow. Still going. Yeah, I'm really good. I am really excited for this conversation.
Beautiful.
Definitely. Yeah.
Yeah. So Trudy and I have been messaging back and forth and agreed that, I've just recently lived it and now can see it. Trudy's been doing it too, and it's an ever it's an eternal dance, really. We're
Mm,
all eternal beings, and part of being here is to accept that we are both light and dark, right? There has to be duality. That's why we come into this realm, because we don't experience duality anywhere else, and we have an opportunity to dance with it. Can we dance with duality and dance with your shadow? And so, Trudy, do you want to add something to that?
definitely. So I like how you say dance with the shadow, because I think there's in the collective there's been this fear around, what do I do with my shadow? What is a shadow? What is my
Mm,
shadow? And we kind of know it a little bit better when we name it fear, because it's so visceral. It's very in the body. Like, um I remember my guides saying it like this: well, you're alive when you feel fear, and so is that a bad thing? And so when they talk about it like that, it really opens your awareness to, okay, this may not necessarily be what I have been prescribed, what I have been told, what I have been perhaps manipulated into believing fear and the shadow is. Okay, let's dive into this a little bit more. Which is what my guides have been doing with me for the last, I think, from the beginning, so like 11, 12 years, because I had no awareness of what fear was. What I thought I just needed to get rid of it. Like, we're told, get rid of your ego, transcend the ego, when really we're here to understand it, to be in relationship to it, to dance with it. Because actually
mm.
it's really beautiful. That darkness, that dark side of you, it's glorious. It's where you evolve from. It's where you're nurtured. It's now I know it's glorious. I love it.
Can you give us an example of how you've danced through it, and then I'll give an example? Tell us a story, Trudy. We want to hear a story.
Oh, crikey, there's loads. Um I'm trying to
Oh,
I'm
crikey.
trying
She's
yeah,
from
because
the UK, by
I'm
the
trying to
way.
I'm trying to. Oh, okay, one that comes to mind is, so I grew up with this fear around crying. You don't
Mm,
cry. I had a mother that was, um if you cry, like, you hold it back. I remember she would hold her nose whenever these emotions would come forward. Everything was very, like English, stiff up her lip. You don't do that.
mm,
And and so when I met my first guide, Sunny, I would suppress tears and my sensitivity through being loud and anger and action. We just work hard. And there was one moment where I was watching The Notebook, and that's quite an emotive film. And I recognized I didn't just want to cry. I wanted to purge. I wanted to kind of scream and, like, well. And he said to me, okay, take yourself out onto the landing. take yourself out of your bedroom, because I felt like being in my bedroom, I couldn't really let myself cry because I was on a call at the time with an ex. And he made me get down on all fours. And as soon as I got down on all fours, it was like this primal scream and cry just came from my gut. And at that point, I saw this huge light pour over me, and I saw all of my guides create this circle around me with this arch. It was like they were all joining hands with an arch over me. And it was the most beautiful, serene. It felt absolutely divine. And that taught me, actually, well, one of many taught me that giving space to cry and to feel is not only courageous, it's incredibly freeing, liberating. It was so connecting as well. I saw my guides and connected to this part of my spirit that I'd not experienced before. Like I saw their light, I saw their coming together in a way that I'd not. It was beautiful. And then there was this other moment where I've had lots of what some would call arguments with my spirit guides, when I've been very much in my human, going, why isn't things working out the way I want them to work out? And one time Sonny said, go to the window. So I went to the window, and I looked at, it was a full moon. And I looked at the full moon, and he just said, no, just keep looking at the moon. And then I just, because sometimes guides will give you directions and they won't tell you why they're giving you directions, and that's the point. It's so that you can just be in your body, and it's all about trust instead of looking for an outcome. Because if you're looking for an outcome, you're not trusting that your body knows how to be in the now, in the moment, and that those feelings that you're experiencing in the now, including the shadow and the fear, is actually okay. It's like safe to experience them. Those feelings themselves are guiding you. And then he just directed me to look at the photo that was on the windowsill in front of me. And I looked at it, and it was a photo of me before I met Sonny. And it was the back of me with a sunflower in my hair. And the sunflower is the sign for my spirit guide, Sonny. And again, I burst into tears, and I was like, oh my gosh, you've always been with me, haven't you? Like, what on earth am I worrying about? Because if you were with me when I didn't even know you, and this is the actual sign that you were with me, because that photo was from a time when I was incredibly, full transparency, that was a time when I was trying to delete myself off of planet Earth. Then I'm safe to feel. It's okay to feel.
Yeah. Yeah.
That, like, I've
In
got the
fact,
evidence right there. Like,
yeah, that's a
and he
beautiful
winked
share.
at me. He just winked. He's like, yeah,
We've been
here we
waiting.
are. Yeah. So it's just it's so lots and lots and lots of moments like that, and then there it's all evidence, and it all builds up. And so getting upset, having a tantrum, or getting cross, and I still have all of these moments, but I don't worry about having them. I don't see them as that's my identity, like that's a block. And
Yeah.
that's the difference. Like, I let myself have them because I know that actually it's all part and parcel of this huge, gorgeous experience called life.
Yeah, and I really want to maybe point out for the listeners, whether you're listening now or listening later, it doesn't matter, that your feelings are valid, no matter
Mm.
what they are. Don't stuff them down because your body remembers. Uh, yeah, the more I look at the physical form of the body, and I've been having this ongoing lower back thing,
Mm.
and it's been a process. but I've learned so much about the human body, and I'm so grateful for what I've learned that it's all worth it. And that's how we end up feeling. But
Mhm.
don't discount whatever you're feeling. Observe it. And I can sit now and just go, okay, what do we need to look at? I'm here, I'm listening. Pause. There's power in that pause.
Oh gosh,
Pause and
yes.
yeah, whether you need to cry or you're angry, maybe you need to yell into a pillow if you're in a house with people, whatever
Mhm.
you need to do for you to release whatever's building up within that feeling that's building up. And whenever you try and suppress or negate and push it away, it's going to come back tenfold.
Yeah, because I'm being reminded of a time when I actually did do that, when I did suppress and I did push away, and it wasn't very cool. Yeah, it's not good.
Yeah, it's easier to so there's a book, Going on a Bear Hunt. It's a kid's book, and it's
Love the
all
bears.
about can't go over it, can't go under it. Oh no, we got to go through it. And it's a really good analogy that gets pulled in for this because once you go through it, like I promise you will find that it's worth it, that it wasn't that bad. And in fact, it brings in more of your light. So, whatever
Mm,
you alchemize from the shadow and bring up into the light, for lack of a better term, um, it amplifies you
mm,
and you gain more power, really, and you gain more strength and to handle adversity in a new way. So now when something shows up, if I'm being triggered, oh, what's within me that I need to look at? And I used to always say, oh, every trigger is a glimmer, but we could simply say it's a nervous system responding to something from the past that is
mm,
unknown, right? That we never resolved. And so, can we do that? So, it's all about the nervous system, knowing that your chakras are all like nervous system points gathered. And so we talk a lot about balance your chakras. Well, let's talk about what it really is in the physical. It's your all the nerve endings coming together. And so it's like a convergence point. And oh, I'm learning so much about have you heard of Hara? Have you heard of
um,
Hara?
I don't think I have. I'm not sure.
It's like the womb space, the void, the sacral.
Oh,
Yeah.
ooh, okay.
So everybody's going and your gut, right? So it's
Yeah.
your brains, your heart, your gut, and your head. And getting those communicating and balanced and harmony, dancing with the masculine and feminine and dancing with the light and the dark. That's we're all here to be human. You want to know what your purpose is? To become the very best version of you possible.
Mm,
Yeah. To be able to go anywhere, do anything, and be able to pause and even I call it turtling, like pulling your energy back a little bit and just observing the situation in front of you so you're not reacting, you're waiting and responding. Yeah. Yeah. That was a lot.
yes,
But
sure.
yeah, it's so simple, but yet people make it so convoluted, right? Try and make it more than it needs to be.
Yeah.
So
And
what's the process you take people through on this?
well, the process and is all individualized, and what my guides, and I tend to teach how my guides taught me,
Yeah.
which is firstly remember that it is simple,
Yeah.
because if you're assuming that it's complicated, you will assume that life by its very nature, and nature isn't complicated. Nature knows what it needs, and your intuition is it knows exactly what it needs. It's getting back to, okay, What do you feel? Don't negate from that. Let's start to tune into that and make that very simple. And often it's like, let's get loud about that.
Right.
Let's speak from heart. Let's speak from mind. Let's be vocal about our needs. Let's be vocal about our desires. Let's not censor it. Like my guides are very, just kind of very like straight to the point, because they often say that the reason why we struggle so much and we have this inner battle is because of censorship. We're constantly trying to decipher, what does somebody else want to hear from us? What does somebody else need from us? How can I fit into somebody else's story? How can I fit into somebody else's version of success? How can I fit into somebody else's, you know, prescription for what it is that will make me okay with, you know, rather than who am I? So like coming back to that, and it's quite interesting that when you really shine a spotlight on someone and them being the center of their own universe, there's silence. Like, such a simple question, it seems so simple. You ask somebody, who are you?
Yeah.
And the answers all come from like projection, somebody else's idea or roles. And it's really it's really quite interesting. Or there's silence because actually they don't know, they don't know who they are. They've never been allowed to actually be in their imaginations and create. And like I can hear Sunny saying now, that's what we need, to be able to have the freedom to be in your imagination is a form of love.
Mm.
And then to share what is within your imagination, to share imagination in community, oh, like that's delicious love.
Oh, I read a post the other day about somebody meeting what's that movie? The Dark Crystal.
Oh, I've
And
not heard of them.
what? Oh my God, you have to watch The Dark Crystal. It's profound. It's like, where did he download that from? But his words were, how do you create this? You create it from giving just enough information to allow others to bring their vision in with it to make it something even greater than it could have been. So instead of trying
Mm.
to control everything, it's about being, having the main idea, and allowing others who have certain assets to come in with their contributions. And it can be even greater than you ever could have imagined on
Mm.
your own. That's co-creation. Yeah, I was like,
Mm. I love that.
you have to watch The Dark Crystal.
Yeah,
There's a
I will.
lot of
Although I'm
things
gonna
there.
write it down.
You better write that down. Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna write it down.
Yeah. And I've been outside today and doing quotes and I have to laugh. So my hair is a little cray cray. And I'm like, Jake, I come in the door and she's like, you look like the Queen of Hearts. I'm like, okay. Yeah.
I love
And
it.
so, right, we had a running joke, off with their heads. It's all about play and fun for me right now and not being super serious, because
Mhm.
why are we so serious? We're here to play and have some fun in this realm.
Oh
So
gosh, yeah.
yeah.
And um I remember, what was it, a couple of years ago, my guide Eric said to me that do not under and he says this with a serious tone, the irony in that was not lost in me. He said, do not underestimate, don't underestimate play and oh god, play and fun, because don't show your butthole to everybody. Um, the timing, um, because that energy is not only incredibly healing, but it's incredibly protective, it's medicinal, and it also cuts through bullshit. It has the
Beautiful.
capacity to unmask
Mm,
and to see through manipulation in a way that, to use what you just said, off with their heads, in
yeah,
a way that control won't do, in a way that convincing won't do. It just, yeah, play and fun.
yeah, absolutely. And if we're here to play, and if your adventure, because you're creating your own adventure, choose your own adventure.
Mm,
If you're doing that, why are you so serious? Honest question, people. Honest question.
mm,
Why are we taking shadow work or spirituality or gotta raise my vibration or I need to make some money? Don't take it so seriously. And there's something coming in around for me right now around, and I started this a while ago around this I attract versus chase. So you get out of that masculine energy, you bring your energy back, you get right with yourself. You allow your being to be in a resonance. So you attract what you are, not what you want to
mm,
be. You attract what you are right now. And interesting, this conversation's going there, but it does
mm.
require shadow work to release the pieces that don't fit with this being in this resonance anymore. And so they'll come up. And I don't chase them. I just allow them to come up when they come up. So I'm not working, oh, I'm doing healing work, oh, I'm doing shadow work. No,
Yeah,
I'm being, and those things show up out of left field, and I don't go negate. I'm in a place now, and especially over Christmas and into the new year, I was doing acupuncture work with a fellow who was working on my ancestral line, and it was a huge release. Like when I was going through it, I remember it being very painful, but now I'm like, oh yeah, no, we do that. But I sat on the couch and was going through all the emotions, and it was like riding a roller
mm,
coaster with myself. And
yeah,
that's okay. Yeah, that's okay. It once it was once I was moving through it, I was like, oh, that's what that is. So you don't know it until you go through it, but once you go through it and you know it, you can't unknow it, and it
yeah,
becomes easier and easier to accept and allow versus resist, because what you resist will persist. Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, definitely. And this is something that, yeah, because you can know something is true for you, and the more that you you resist it, it will persist.
Yeah.
And I know, for me, and the thing is, sometimes you can persist it because you think you have the best intentions, which sounds really bizarre, but it's like you think that, you know you have the best plan, when actually it's not the best plan. You're in survival. You're
Mm,
operating out of your conditioning, because actually you underestimate how powerful you are. And again, coming back to shadow work, you don't realize that actually the shadow work is the permission slip to just let yourself off the freaking hook, to
yeah.
give yourself a break,
To
just give
let go.
yourself a chance that maybe other people didn't give you, or give yourself the support that actually your inner child's crying out for.
Yeah.
And the shadow work, like, there's this assumption that I used to have, that the shadow work was all kind of the doom and the gloom, the sitting in the the tears and the misery, and it can be like that. um but sometimes the shadow work is being brave enough to let yourself play, to let yourself have fun, especially when, you know, I used to joke that I came out of the womb parentified with adult responsibilities.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I would, you know, I would take care of the people around me, my mother, my sister, etc. And it was all very, very serious. Like one of my earliest memories was as a 5-year-old crying tears of joy because my neighbor had a baby, and it being a complete inconvenience, and my mother like doing this at my wrist and hurrying me into the house because she was really embarrassed because I was happy. And so for me, shadow work was, you know, you can have fun, you can play, not only
Yeah.
behind closed doors, but you can let other people see it as well. Like let other people see your joy
Yeah.
and let it be shared. So um shadow work is a very personal relationship between you and what you feel is brave and courageous for you. It's not all the doom and doom and gloom.
Stepping out of your own comfort zone. Yeah.
Definitely.
Facing your
Yeah.
fears, face everything and rise. So it's
Mm,
easier just to so buffalo go through the storm versus running away from it, right? Because they know
yeah.
it will end. And so if you approach it that way, yeah, beautiful. And we've got this is the Egypt deck, the
Ooh la.
Isis Oracle. And I don't know, all of a sudden my hands were over there picking one up. And I'm like, okay. And this one is the Dark Mysteries. And it says, enter the chamber of the dark goddess. Yeah. The dark mysteries within you, the dark mysteries that you contain, that you don't even know about you until they're brought into the light. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a good deck. Yeah, it's a beautiful deck. Enter the chamber of the dark goddess. You know, a lot of people do these. I keep getting shown those dark rooms where you go in for 3 or 4 days and
Mm,
you stay in the darkness. If that to me is like, all right, we're just gonna do this. I'm all in. Now that's something I would do and maybe
yeah.
doing at some point. Yeah, it's something I totally do to see what am I missing? Because there are things within that we don't even know about until we start to regulate our nervous system so that we can handle that, which is
Yeah.
within us. Yeah. So I don't like to chase or force, but by being, you can allow those things. So, and being in nature, I read something else the other day about those that are in nature feel pain less. It actually amps
Ooh,
up your ability to feel pain. And I was like, yeah, that makes a lot of sense, right?
it
Because
does. Yeah.
you're more full of, you have that ability, you're stronger within, you're nature filled, you're more in your natural state. Yeah.
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 Yeah, definitely.
So I guess I'm doing
And
a
now I'm
dark
like,
room.
I want to, I want to get my kids out because like both my kids actually woke up this morning in a lot of pain, and I think they kind of their energies bounce off of each other. Uh,
Mm,
and thankfully, the last couple of days the sun's been shining. It's been gorgeous. Waking up to the birds singing, and you know, spring's here, and it's just gorgeous. So yeah, it's definitely, you know, even if we got to get Missy out in the wheelchair, we're go, you know, it's
yeah.
we can still get out. So
I keep
yeah.
getting that song and it's kind of combining things. Don't you worry about a thing, 'cause every little thing is gonna be all right. I literally walk around singing that and I'm like, right? Songs have been like prophetic lately. They keep coming in, and that's one of my messaging points is to remember this. And then I get shown hummingbirds a lot lately too, Yeah, I was at a painting. I was doing a painting quote this morning, and there's a hummingbird. I'm like, oh, hummingbird, and everybody stopped to look, and I'm like, yeah, that's good. That's a good sign. Yeah, yeah,
It
that's
is.
all.
I love that.
Yeah, nature's always, we're always being guided. And we were also talking the other day, and let's bring that up as well around
Mm.
guidance can often. So, do you feel? Let me get this in line first. Do you feel that your guides are other versions of you, of your soul?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I didn't used to. And I think my my intention at the very beginning in wanting to connect with a spirit guide was because I thought that they weren't extensions of me, that they were separate to me, and that I needed some higher power, other power to tell me what to do with my life.
Mm,
And then over time, and they didn't come out with it in that, oh, we are extensions of you. It was through awareness and lived experience and how I was evolving. I realized that, oh, these are extensions of me through other, timelines, etc., etc. um because if they'd have just said, huh, we're extensions of you, I wouldn't have believed it, because I didn't have any kind of trust in my own sense of self.
mm, mm. But now you do.
Yeah. I'm pretty cool like that now.
Right? Beautiful. Beautiful.
um, so I just, and and looking at the pattern of how each guide reflects a different purpose of mine, and a
Mm,
different timeline, and a different kind of facet of my personality as well, it makes logical sense to me
yeah.
as well. So Sunny, I describe Sunny as like the inner child healer, like helps me reconnect with my inner child. Very, very soothing, very loving, very won't no guide will massage your ego, but will help you to understand ego in a very respectful way, like shadow work. um Arik, my alien guide, is very no nonsense, like the aspect of me that will want to chop a motherfucker's head off if they can see very, very clearly that they're not living up to their potential. Like, why are you hiding in a corner when you should be out leading in front? Like, you are here with a massive freaking mission and gifts. Hello, use them. You're wasting your time here. um so like, that's a week. And then we have Violet, who is incredibly sassy and forthright and doesn't mince her words. She's just divine darkness, divine feminine, is like shoulders back, like, I'm here, see me,
Yeah.
like, enjoy me.
Right.
um
And you're writing a book
and
right now. Tell us about the book.
oh yeah, so it's going through so Violet is my past life self, so it's going through Violet's journey from when she was 3 years old, and when she met all of these different women, shamanic women, on her journey after uh being left for dead by her father when she was 17. And
Mm,
she escaped the house that she was in, and she was rescued from under a tree, and nature basically took care of her, cocooned her, until she was taken by a shamanic woman called Emily, who nurtured her, helped her to come back to her body. And then she was then taken by this other lady called Amma, who then introduced her to, like, you could say the world of bringing her spiritual gifts to the 3D world
Mm.
and running a bar and a business. And in the end, she learns how to help women be financially independent, how to create their own how to build up their own resources, how to create an emotional relationship to themselves. And we're talking at a time when, I mean, this was before the suffragette movement. So
Mm.
she was ahead of her time in that respect. So it's merging the spiritual with the, no, you will not oppress me.
Yeah.
You know, yes, I'm a woman in a man's world, but I don't give a, you know,
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah. Beautiful. Beautiful.
And it's really and I have to admit that's how I kind of know like Violet's an extension of me, because as I've gone through each bit of her story, it mirrors every fear I've had about myself.
Yeah.
Like, have I been good enough to stand on my own 2 feet? Do
Mm.
I have all of the capabilities and resources to manage my family on my own without a partner? Can I create a business on my own? Like, and I'm like seeing this evidence and watching it through my own past life, and it's like, yes you can, because you've done it all before, and look how you've done it. And
Yeah.
it's
Yeah. Right. So
it's
would you
miraculous.
say, yeah, and that's a beautiful story. So when we talk about timelines and past lives, tell me what your thoughts are on that. The difference between the two.
um to me, there is no difference
Yeah, they're
in
the
that.
same.
Like,
Yeah.
I only call them past lives because that's what the collective kind of
Yeah.
understand them as. But you're not going backwards.
No.
You're really not.
Your other lives.
Yeah, and it's basically like, this is how I would describe it. When you see a timeline of yourself, you're essentially having an interview with yourself.
Mm. Mm.
You're seeing a version of yourself that has experienced a moment, a reflection of what you are experiencing in a multitude of nows.
Right? So if we look at it like the soul is above, it's almost like puppet strings. You are the
Yeah,
puppet, like your soul's the puppeteer, and there's different versions of you that come down into these different vibrations. And everything is energy and frequency and vibration. And not to simplify it, but it makes a lot of sense as the science continues to roll in and back things up. Yeah,
yeah. And
it's
I've found, science is only just kind of, I feel like, catching up to what
mhm.
intuitives
Being
like us
allowed
have known for quite some time.
being allowed to catch up, right? Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's a good way of
Yeah.
putting it.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
Absolutely. And so we invite you to, instead of ignoring what's coming up for you that you don't like, perhaps, maybe you can take a few moments, an hour by yourself and go and sit with it. Go on a walk, sit down and close your eyes and ask, what are you trying to show me? This is coming up for a reason. So invite it in. Fear, invite, maybe make a list and sit with it and
mm,
really play through that fear all the way. So if this, I'm afraid this is going to happen. Okay, so what if that happens? Da, 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 da. Right?
yeah,
Take it down to the minutia, but also take it and go, where did this come from? where does this stem from? Is it even mine? Or is
Yeah.
it ancestral? Or is it collective? Or is it programming? You will find that much of it is not you at all.
Yeah. And not everything that appears bad on the surface is in fact bad.
That's true too. Yeah, share more.
Yeah. So I'm just remembering when, like, I used to have this weird obsession with hiding my hands when I would talk.
Oh.
And not even, I know, not even wanting to write. And I'm a writer. I
Hmm.
love to to write. And I used to put it down to, oh, I've got my dad's hands. Like my dad had very big, like
Yeah.
hands, like baker's hands.
Yeah.
And then again, I went into one of my other timelines, and I talk with my hands. So I'd find that when I was trying to do readings, especially live, the moment I tried to like sit on my hands or hide my hands, the information would not come through. It would, like, spirit would be like, no, you've stopped moving your hands, you've stopped moving the energy, we're not giving you anything anymore.
Mm.
So I was like, "Oh, okay, what's this about?" Because I was embarrassed by my hands, because they
Yeah.
didn't look very feminine and they didn't look very dainty, and very, very self-conscious. Anyway, went into my past life and I saw myself writing these prescriptions. I knew immediately I was a healer, and I was writing these prescriptions that included all of these herbs from the garden that I'd give out to my neighbors and everybody. And there was like these scraps of food on this huge oak table that I was writing on. And my boys in this past life were playing in the garden. I was like, no, I'm not cleaning up, even though that was my job. I should have cleaned up first, but no, I was going to do this writing first. And then my husband behind me, to cut a long story short, sold me out. He had money in his hand, and he'd basically told his men that I was a witch, and that here was the proof, because here I was sitting down and writing evil. And because I would not turn to face him and
Mm.
deny what I was doing, I turned my back. And as I'm seeing this through the eyes of Trudie, I'm like, oh my God, go me. I turned my back to a man. Oh my God. I was like,
Yeah.
really, really proud. But I was like, bloody hell. And at that point, he gets this like axe and chops off my hands.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I'm like, oh my God. And I got full body chills. Um, because he's like, well, you define me, I'll take away the very tools that you are using to connect with God, to connect with your community, you know, because they are these are my gifts, and I know
Yeah.
that because of what I saw. And the patriarchy that, my husband then did not want that. um and at that point, I did turn to him and I screamed, and I said, you will not take me away from me. And I was burnt at the stake. And I remember screaming at him, saying, I will come back for you.
Wow. Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. That's intense. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
But it
how
was,
did
I loved it.
right? And
It was so
a lot of
cathartic.
people a lot of people would freak out over that. So for you to love it is a huge
Yeah.
testimonial to you being able to handle that in this nervous system in this time and space.
Yeah,
Yeah.
handle it. Definitely. um
Yeah.
but and this is the thing, even, and I think people are a bit scared to kind of see like things like that happen
Yeah.
to them. Like I had one client who saw her tongue cut out, and she couldn't figure why. um she had the gift of light language, but when it came to do, like, it just wouldn't, it would come to her throat, but it couldn't, like, come to
Ah,
her
yep,
mouth.
yep.
But when she could finally piece these things together, this beautiful light language came through, and it was just, you could see the tears of like relief and joy. So that's why when I say not everything you see, like, it may look bad, but it's not actually bad. It's
Yeah.
clarification. It's
Yeah.
it's
Confirmation.
relief. Exactly. And so yeah, these may have been taken away, but in seeing it, they were also given back to me.
Right? Yeah.
Because in this lifetime, I was taking them away from myself
Yeah.
because of a subconscious memory that I couldn't
Mhm.
quite bring forward.
Right. And so by having it, you released anything around it.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
seeing myself, and it wasn't even the hands that were necessarily taken away. It was the way that I was able to stand up for myself, which I'd never really done in this lifetime, especially towards men, or even my parents telling me what to do and things like that. It was like, oh, okay, you do have it in you.
Yeah. Yeah.
and
Absolutely.
and, and that's the point. It's not always the events, it's the energy and it's the emotion that we associate with the events that are the important thing to take away.
Yeah. Yeah. Beautiful. Isis keeps wanting to say something, so I'm just gonna say it.
I've had
Egypt,
Isis come through twice today.
right? Yeah, strong right now.
Yeah.
Egypt, Egypt mystery schools were not about magic per se.
Mhm.
They were about the ways to work with the human vessel on this planet, no matter what time and space you are in, that this body is a temple. You came here to be in this body.
Mhm.
Don't try and escape it. Work with it, honor it, love it. Get right with your nervous system. Allow these things that want to be shown to you to come through so that you too can alchemize it. And as Trudy just shared, process that. And then, oh, I can do that. And you stand a little taller and you feel a little stronger. It's not meant to be difficult. Honor the skin and, oh, these
Mhm.
hands. And I always say the hands are like leaves because leaves have veins. So I go stand out in the sun and I'm like, I'm a plant. And I literally just stand there and wave. And I say that to people that look at me. I'm like, I'm a plant right now. I'm just being a plant. So, there's so much to be learned. Why does the Sphinx face east for the morning light with all its paws on the ground? There's so much in Egypt. The body is the Egypt is a map for the body. It's showing you how to work with your body. Yeah. And so the more you learn this, that Ra is the sun, going across the sky. There's so many stories about that, but working with it, facing east, getting that morning light. These are the simple things, honoring the body, like really with anointments. So what smells do you like? What lights you up?
Mhm.
What dancing, body movement, rest? Honor what your vessel needs at any given time, and you will find the more you dance with your shadow, the more this will come through for you. That's been my biggest takeaway from doing the shadow dancing. And I just call it dancing because it's fun and playful, even though it's not comfortable at the
Yeah.
time. The results afterwards are well worth it.
Oh gosh, yeah.
No, like in the no pain, no gain, right? In this case, I would put that there. I wouldn't put that there for, being a hardcore weightlifter because I don't really believe that one needs to do that. One just needs gentle movement throughout the day and lots of time
Yeah,
outside. If we go back to our natural state of being, it would have been that. Leather shoes, leather soles, working with the seasons depending on where you live. Yeah. Yeah. It's easy.
definitely. And I would echo exactly everything you've just said.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Gentle with ourselves is the way.
Yeah. Yeah, there's no rush. You're not broken. You don't need fixing. You're perfect as you are. You're having an experience and you will find your way. That's just how it is. You will find your way. Yeah.
Yeah. And just to repeat something I said earlier, and you've just said it there, is Spirit want us to not be afraid to say that we are perfect as we are. Don't be afraid to use that word.
Yeah.
Perfect.
I
You're
am perfect.
divinely perfect.
Wow. I am divinely created. I'm
Hmm.
divinely perfect. All of my experiences have given me a very unique perspective. And
Yes.
I so honor everyone's perspectives because I find it so fascinating that we can all be in the same container realm, have all these crazy different experiences, but no two are the same. They might be
Yes.
similar, but they're not the
Yes,
same. Yeah, there's so much joy in that. So,
there is.
yeah. Did you guys have any questions out there? Shay, Michael, Patty? Yeah. Patty's down in Mexico.
Mm.
Shay's in the east of USA, and Michael's in the middle. We got a nice little I like to think about energetically where we are because I believe that we're all placed in specific areas at specific
Mm.
times because our energy is needed there. That's how I've traveled most of the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And I met a lovely soul this morning. Her name is Tanya with a J. And it's funny, she's about 10 years older than me, but the resonance and the energy, I was like, "Oh my god, we're like the same." And it's true. If you have the same name, she doesn't have the same birthday, but the same name can be very energetically on the same vibration and frequency,
Yeah.
especially if you lived out loud. So we were talking about that. Yeah. And her experiences, she went way further than I ever did. She got into like flying helicopters and doing filming, scuba diving. Like we're talking
Wow.
boom, boom, like serious play. Yeah. Anyways, it was a really lovely conversation, which brings me around to that summit that's going to happen at some point. I was like, "Oh,
Yes.
we've collected another soul."
That's gonna be epic.
Yeah. So even though it doesn't seem like much is happening, there's lots happening in the background,
Yeah.
especially for me getting things right. And Trudy, do you want to share how people can find you?
Yep. So you can find me on Facebook. Um, Trudie Stroud Soul Coaching. You can find me on TikTok under the same name. I'm not on Instagram. Um, I am currently in the process of getting onto Etsy, but I will speak more about that some other time. I'm currently, as we mentioned earlier, writing my books. So my aim this year is to be published,
Beautiful.
because I
Beautiful.
really, yeah, I really feel that that is, yeah, the place people need to hear about. Violet and Rick and Sunny and
Yeah,
like the team.
absolutely. So here's how you spell her name. And we met several years ago, and you just
Mm.
know when a frequency and vibration is aligned. So, and we've stayed in touch and ebbed and tied and yeah, come back around again. So here we are. So dance
Yeah.
with your shadow. Love yourself. Yeah. Here's a question for us. And I'm gonna put this one to you. Tourette type of interference that loops and repeats. So it's
Can I just ask a question? What do you do with the, oh, okay. My guides are interrupting me. um first of all, I've got a Reek, my alien guide answer in this one. They're saying, first of all, don't call it an interference. It's a communication. They're saying it's a loop and a repeat because you're resisting it, you're pushing it away. They're saying get into conversation with it. If you can play with it, you're
It's
more
very
likely
negative.
to understand what the message is that's trying to get through to you, and then it will stop looping and repeating. When something loops and repeats, it's a bit like what they're showing me is, it's like someone knocking on your door and you're like, no, I'm not answering it, nah, and the person won't go away, and they keep knocking on the door and they keep knocking on the door and they keep knocking on the door until you're like, oh, I'm gonna have to get up and answer the door.
Yeah, even though it's so negative, Patty love, even though. So instead of trying to hum it away, push it away, sing it away, she's had it for a long time. So it's a very deep program. Is it deep? It's deep. But it's been you can't make it go away, love. You have to embrace it. It's a part of you. Something about, and I keep getting it, something to do with her childhood from the womb. Parents. It's not your fault. You're not broken. Yeah. She does sit with it and talk with it. And let's get this out there.
And it's, you don't have to be, as you sit and talk with it, you don't have to be brave about how you sit and talk with it. Like you can let yourself melt into it, is spirit specific words, like let yourself melt into it. And if you can kind of picture yourself as well, like melting into the conversation, as you as you talk into it. And also, like, you might see me doing this. They want you to like move your hands, almost like caress yourself. It's okay to hold yourself as you're talking, and as because you described it as looping and repeating. So as you talk with them, like, do the mimicking of the looping and the repeating as you're talking, because what that's going to help you to do is it's going to help you to manage your nervous system, and the way in which your mind's interpreting the way in which your body is trying to manage everything that is coming through in a way that helps it to settle a little bit better. And yeah, the way that, because Tanya said that this has been going on for some time. Oh God, that feels like, it's like, I feel like my head's being squeezed now, almost like this needs to be taken little bit by little bit by little bit, like little bit.
It's not a one and done.
And it's no, and there's the desire for it to be one and done, because there's the energy of like, oh, this is intense, this is panic, this is like, oh, like, excuse my language, like, oh, fuck me. But I will say that once you understand what is coming through, because I'm seeing a double rainbow, that there's a beautiful message on the other side of this, something that's really going to have you feel like, because I'm seeing like straightening of the spine, and a beautiful golden column lighting up your spinal cord, and it's like, I made it. Like, I made it. Oh, now I'm seeing two shields at the side of you and Archangel Michael at the front.
The two shields in the body are the psoas muscles. And I'm here. So underneath the ribs here, now you can't do this yourself, Patty, but I wonder if someone could do this for you that you trust. and help you to release the psoas and then come up underneath and go right into the heart. And you will know from pressing in between your breasts where you're tender. So if you want to talk more about that, you know where to find me. I'm happy to give you. That's what I was seeing, and it's so funny that you said there's two shields, and then that column of light is when you open your heart and you release it, you allow it. Vroom. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, because
yeah.
it's all like almost, not almost. It's yeah, someone from your childhood has put you in this vice, and it's like you haven't felt like you deserve to give yourself permission to get out of it, to take yourself out of it. Like you're waiting for that person to take you out of it. Because now I've got my Violet, I call her my Violet, coming through and saying like fuck them.
Yeah.
They don't deserve your permission. You deserve your permission.
Love you. Yeah, love all of you. Yeah. All right. Thank you, Trudie.
Oh, you're welcome, my lovely.
Yeah, such a joy always. And we will never commit to a regular Thursday at 1 p.m., but we're doing our best to get it to happen, and it'll flow as it needs to. And I'm sure it'll be lighter in the summer with the great weather and everyone wanting to be outside a little bit more. So, yeah. So we're here for a good time, not a long time. So have a good time. Songs have been coming boom, boom, boom.
You're gonna be singing now the rest of the day.
I had
Like,
data.
I'm gonna be hearing you singing in my dreams because I'm about to go to bed now because it's gone 10 o'clock at night, and I'm probably gonna be hearing you singing as I go off to sleep.
Good, good. Yeah, yeah. The best one the other day is I looked up at the moon and it was the big pizza pie. That's amore. That came in and I was
I remember that one. Yeah.
laughing down the street because you just can't make this stuff up as it shows up. It's just your own thoughts are quite often your guidance, people. And I'm going to leave you with that. Your
Yeah.
own thoughts. You think they're your thoughts. No, so much more. Much love.
Yeah.
As